Right now, live at 5, a 5-hour standoff in Superior leads to a heavy law enforcement presence and a woman's arrest. Plus, local lawmakers are coming together to make sure the top priorities of northeastern Minnesota are heard at the state capitol. And in Washington, security is high at the U.S. Capitol after police revealed a possible plot by a militant group to breach the building. And later, we'll introduce you to 2 organizations that are teaming up to make sure no one goes hungry.
You're watching Live at 5 on Live Local CBS3.
This was the scene from a police standoff in Superior this morning. Tonight, we're learning one person involved is behind bars. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Kristen Bakke. Superior police say the incident started as a disturbance call and escalated from there, leading them to call in the emergency response team. It all happened near 19th Street and Banks Avenue. That's where we find CBS 3's Natalie Grant tonight. And Natalie, what else do we know about this situation?
Well, Kristen, police arrived here just after 6:30 this morning. Now, as you mentioned, they arrived here following the call of a neighbor dispute that quickly escalated. According to the Superior Police, a woman in the upper level of the duplex threatened a downstairs neighbor with a hammer and later a knife. She also allegedly bit the victim and threatened to blow the duplex up. Authorities evacuated the bottom level of the home. The emergency response team and crisis negotiators then arrived, asking the woman to exit the home for several hours. Now, around 11:45, authorities began using chemical irritants, and shortly after, they say the home was on fire. The woman then jumped from the second floor window, and she was treated at the scene and taken into custody. The Superior Fire Department quickly then put out the flames. Now, as of right now, the Superior Police say that there is no threat to the public. We do not know the condition of the woman that did fall from the second floor of the building. This is a developing story, and we'll continue to bring you the details as they come in. Kristen.
Natalie Grant in Superior for us tonight. Thanks, Natalie. Lawmakers representing northeastern Minnesota are banding together to get things done in St. Paul. With help from the city and St. Louis County, the Duluth Area Chamber of Commerce has wrapped up its 24th annual Capitol Days event. For the past 2 days, leaders have discussed their goals for this year's legislative session. A main talking point was broadband internet access, something Senator Tom Bach of Cook says is lacking, especially after last year's switch to distance learning.
I talked to my own school superintendent in St. Louis County Rural Schools. 80% of the households in the St. Louis County School District were underserved. 80%. Well, that's just unacceptable.
Minnesota Governor Tim Walz delivered the event's keynote address this morning, saying his goals are clear: emerge from the pandemic together and assist those who have lost the most.
Let's make sure we come out of COVID and make it right for those who got hit the hardest. Our children in schools, our small businesses, and those families, especially those in the hospitality and entertainment industry that were hurt during this. And then let's look towards the future.
Lawmakers also recognize David Ross for his work leading Duluth's Chamber of Commerce for more than 2 decades. He is set to retire later this summer. Security is on high alert at the U.S. Capitol after law enforcement agencies warned of potential violence today. The threat centers around the conspiracy theory that March 4th is the actual day American presidents should be inaugurated, and that today is the day former President Donald Trump will be restored to power. Natalie Brand has more details from Capitol Hill.
Security has increased around the U.S. Capitol today in response to intelligence that violent extremists may try another attack similar to the January 6th assault.
We do realize that the possibility of a similar incident occurring in the current environment is a very clear and present danger.
Capitol Police want the Pentagon to keep up to 2,000 National Guard soldiers at the Capitol for up to 60 days.
We should have them here as long as they are needed.
House Speaker Nancy Pelosi says she's now reviewing a draft proposal from retired General Russell Honore, who has been assessing security needs at the Capitol.
It's going to take more money to protect the Capitol in a way that enables people to come here children to come and see our democracy in action.
Law enforcement officials are asking state and local authorities to report any suspicious activity related to domestic violent extremism as the threat to the Capitol and lawmakers extends beyond just today.
So the threats are ongoing?
Yes.
Okay.
Law enforcement says threats against U.S. lawmakers are spiking.
In the first 2 months of 2021, there has been over a 93% increase in the threats to members compared to the same period last year.
An intelligence bulletin from the FBI and Department of Homeland Security warns that potential violence is most likely to be committed by lone offenders or small cells using simple tactics and easy-to-acquire weapons.
Capitol Police also say militia violent extremists have allegedly threatened to attack the U.S. Capitol with explosives during President Biden's first address to a joint session of Congress, with the intent to kill as many lawmakers as possible. An update tonight on the Wisconsin man sentenced for a crash that killed 3 Girl Scouts and a mom. It happened in November of 2018 in Chippewa County. Today, a judge rejected Colton True's request to withdraw his no contest pleas. He was sentenced to 54 years in prison after he entered those pleas. True hit members of a Girl Scout troop cleaning up trash on a highway. He was under the influence at the time. Family and friends of a Northland teen shot and killed last year are now working to end gun violence. People rallied outside the St. Louis County Courthouse today in memory of 16-year-old Joseph Peterson. Peterson died in late December on the Fond du Lac Reservation. 18-year-old Joseph Forencom is charged with firing the shot that killed him. Peterson's family says shootings like this are too common and more needs to be done to end gun violence. They say young people in the community are leading the effort.
So they've been out here for 4 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, just coming out here to create an awareness for change.
They rallied this week because Forencom had a court hearing today. Prosecutors added a third-degree murder charge to the second-degree charge Forencom was already facing. He has pleaded not guilty. Essentia is making it easier for patients with a substance abuse disorder to get the help they need. The hospital launched a 24-hour hotline today. The goal is to remove barriers to connecting with a provider. Essentia already has 30 providers across its network, but plans to add 40 more in the coming years. We have the phone number for the hotline on your screen there. It's also on our website, CBS3Duluth.com. Dave joins us now for a first look at the weather. Another blue sky, sunshiny day out there today.
Yeah, those 3 Amigo high-pressure cells that are just off to our west are going to keep doing that to us for the next several days, all through the weekend. And now temperatures, you think they're warm now. By the latter half of the weekend, they're really going to go up. So a Doppler satellite map right now, just like the last couple of nights, shows a little bit of light flurry activity threatening on the fringes of the highs. But for the most part, we're going to keep things beautiful in our skies because of the highs. So, live look here at what's going on down towards Ascove, which of course is in between the Fond du Lac neighborhood of Duluth and Sandstone there, shows pretty smooth sailing on the traffic there. And it's always a beautiful picture, whether there are leaves on the tree from that shot or not. And the way things are going to become warm this week, and you might think the trees will start to bud early, but I don't think it'll last forever. But that's the extended forecast. Here's the short-term forecast tonight. Partly cloudy sky, low temps in the teens for most towns, and then warmer than normal again tomorrow, mostly sunny and a high near 40. Once we get towards Sunday and Monday, we might be talking 50, and I'll talk more about that in just a bit.
All right, thanks, Dave. Still to come on Live at 5, Gordy's Hi-Hat in Cloquet gearing up for service once again. How soon you can order. And tonight at 6, a Minnesota expert is slamming states with relaxed COVID restrictions. Hear his message tonight at 6.
You're watching Live at 5 with Kristen Baki. And weather with meteorologist Dave Anderson on Live Local CBS3. CBS 3 News is brought to you by Ralph Eye Care Specialists.
Want to know how we make your glasses so fast? It's all done right here. With a lab in every store, our skilled techs handle your glasses from start to finish. You get them in as little as 30 minutes. No cut corners, just quality, affordable glasses. Only at iMart Express.
You already know that Cary Toyota Superior is a great place to buy and service your vehicle, but we have a lot more to offer every driver and not just people with Toyotas. We have the Yakima line of products for the adventure seekers, including roof racks, bike and kayak racks, and cargo carriers. We also have running boards, bed steps, and Axis brand tonneau covers like I put on my truck. And for those of you who like a clean vehicle, we have professional detailing services and all-weather floor liners from Toyota and WeatherTech. Cary Toyota Superior, we have something for every driver.
We know it's hard to stay away from family and friends, but we're all in this together. Carleton County and the Senior Linkage Line are here with free or low-cost services to help you stay safe, sound, and supported. If you or someone you care for could use some help, please contact Minnesota's Senior Linkage Line today. Together, we can help older Minnesotans and their families and caregivers connect to local services to get the help they need.
Stone Countertop Outlet has thousands of slabs in stock. Every single one has a high-res photo online, making virtual design consultations easy. Visit stonecountertopoutlet.com or our new Superior showroom.
They're live, they're local. Watch the CBS3 News with Kristen Vaki and Anthony Mack tonight at 6, right after the CBS Evening News at 5:30.
You know, for me, I'm just really relieved and happy to be sitting here talking to you with my wife by my side. Because I can't begin to imagine what it must have been like for her going through this process by herself all those years ago. Because it has been unbelievably tough for the two of us, but at least we had each other.
Welcome back to the CBS3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look at Duluth. Dave will be in with this week's full forecast in just a few minutes, but first let's take a look around the region. A free art session for kids on the Iron Range and the world's longest hot dog roast is happening this weekend. All of that and more as we take you around the Northland, city by city. Kicking things off in Virginia, there will be a free open arts session tomorrow. There will be arts and crafts available for kids and teens grades K through 12. Thanks to a grant from the Virginia Community Foundation, these events happen on the first Friday of every month. It starts at 3 p.m. at the Lyric Center for the Arts. Registration is encouraged. Let's head over to Cloquet now, where if you needed a sign of spring, well, we have it for you. Gordy's Hi-Hat announced on Facebook its return to business. Starting March 24th, the Burger and Shake joint will open for its 61st season. We don't know if they will continue car hop service due to COVID restrictions or if they'll allow seating inside. The shop closed for the winter in September. And in the Hayward area, Lakewoods Resort in Cable will host its annual World's Longest Weenie Roast this weekend. Hot dog enthusiasts head to Lake Namakogon for the longest line of hot dog cookers and snowmobile racing to top it all off. Event proceeds go to local charities. If there's something going on in your neighborhood that you think we should know about, send us an email and it might be featured as we go around the Northland, city by city. Still to come on Live at 5, a massive food distribution in the Northland today. Just how much food was given away.
An easterly wind made it cooler by the lake today, but even 33 at the airport this afternoon is warmer than the normal of 30. And tomorrow we go back towards 40, and once we get into the latter half of the weekend, 50 is not out of the question. And then we could finally start to get some rain rather than snow. So we'll talk about the extended forecast coming up right after this break.
During Home's Preferred Customer Event, get an extra 10% off sale prices on any purchase, including bedroom, dining room, living room, and more, and free no-contact shipping. Hurry, the Preferred Customer Event ends Wednesday, only at Home Furniture.
Are you over 50? Would you like to get up to 33% more income in retirement? Then call now for this free book, Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers, from a leading financial firm on maximizing your income in retirement. That's right, free. This free book reveals little-known secrets about annuity strategies in simple-to-understand terms that will help you make the right choices before buying an annuity. And it's free. Call right now for your free book, and as a bonus, we'll also throw in a free annuity rate report. We researched over 1,200 annuities and summarized the rates and benefits of annuities from financially strong insurers. Again, that's annuity do's and don'ts for baby boomers and a free annuity rate report, both absolutely free, for calling Annuity General today. Supplies are limited. Call now.
Call 800-816-8219. That's 800-816-8219.
Get local vaccine information all at CBS3Duluth.com.
Now at Home Sleep Express, get no interest financing on any Tempur-Pedic for 6 years. Plus, Home will give you a bonus $300 shopping card, free delivery, setup, and a 120-day comfort guarantee. No interest financing on Tempur-Pedic for 6 years at Home Sleep Express.
Dominate any terrain on a Polaris snowmobile from Duluth Lawn and Sport.
Bringing you the latest about what we know so far about the police standoff in Superior.
It was warmer than normal everywhere today, and I'll talk about how long that trend is going to last.
Tonight at 6 on CBS3.
CBS3 Weather is brought to you by Kerry Toyota.
Now, the CBS3 Duluth Weathermax forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
Well, since we're in the midst of such a warm spell, I have to kick off these weathercasts here by looking at the high temps today. And like I mentioned, an easterly wind kept it a little bit cooler by the lake, both for the North Shore and the South Shore and along the head of the lakes here. So 30 on Park Point, which is normal, 32 over the hill, that's normal. But once you got farther inland, it did pick up back in towards the real heart of the warm spell. 40 for Hibbing, 42 International Falls, 43 Moose Lake and Hayward, and even 38 towards Watersmeet is, of course, 8 degrees warmer than normal. And tomorrow, I think we all go back into the 40s, low to mid-40s. But like I mentioned, once we get into the latter half of the weekend, a range of 48 to 53 is doable until temperatures do start to dip later next week. And I'll show you that journey in just a bit. But right now, we eye up some folks on I-35 taking their journeys, and we get to put the current conditions at the airport over them. 30, if they only knew, huh? 30 degrees is the temperature there right now. 72% for the relative humidity, easterly, southeasterly wind. It's 7 miles per hour, and the air pressure has really perked up. 30.4 inches of mercury, since there's such a big line of big high-pressure systems just off to our west. And here's the current temperatures, which show the easterly wind is trying to dip us down already. Now we're down to the upper 20s from La Pointe to Ashland, but still holding on to 37 in Watersmeet and 43 for Hayward, down to 30 for Superior, 32 in Cloquet, but 40s for Moose Lake. 20s and 30s for the North Shore, and then once you get into the Mesabi range here, acting as a border for the cool and the warmer, upper 30s there, lower 40s by border country. Low temps tonight will dip down into the teens for just about every town as a clearer sky allows the heat of the day to radiate back into space. Doppler map right now shows, just like the past couple of days, despite the presence of persistent high pressure, a little bit of cloud activity does try to weasel in, and a couple little snow showers do try to fire off, but they are few and far between compared to the blue sky that the highs have been bringing and will continue to bring from Friday to Monday, keeping temperatures warm, skies clear. Tuesday is the day of change, though, at least for sky conditions. This low coming in from Alberta will make it cloudier, could bring a rain-snow mix Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. But probably more rain than any other snow into the mix here, because temperatures could be as high as 53 on Tuesday. After that, though, it will start to cool, and I'll show you how far now with our 7-day forecast. Tonight in Minnesota, the range of low temps is 13 up north to 22 by the lake. For Wisconsin and Michigan, I think about 15 to 18 there, and we all get a partly cloudy sky and pretty close to calm winds. Tomorrow, mostly sunny again from the highs. Wisconsin, Michigan high temps perk back up to 40 to 45. Keep in mind, again, the normal is 30. Minnesota numbers will go from 38 to 43 with that sunshine. And now with the extended forecast, 48 on Sunday, 50 Monday, 53 on Tuesday. Stays pretty mild through Wednesday, and then we fall back towards 37 degrees on Thursday, which is indeed a step back, Kristen, from 53 or so, but it's still warmer than normal by 7 degrees.
Yeah, that's giving me the urge to get outside and grill. I've been missing that grilled food. Might have to do
Sunday,
it.
Monday, great days for that. If I don't see you Monday, I'll know the reason and I'll keep my mouth shut.
Sounds good. Keep it between us, Dave. Thank you. Two Northland groups collaborated today to provide food for those impacted by the pandemic. The Duluth area YMCA and the Boys and Girls Club of the Northland distributed more than 30,000 pounds of food. Anyone could pick up free boxes of the food at two locations, the YMCA in Hermantown and the Heritage Center in Duluth.
So we had cars lining up 3 hours early, so it just shows how big of a need there is. And with us just being open for the first, starting now, we're already seeing a ton of people coming through and using this service. So we're happy to be able to provide it for the community.
These boxes included pre-cooked meat, fresh produce, dairy, and a gallon of milk. Well, it's that time of the show where we get to talk about adoptable pets, and today's pet comes to us from Range Regional Animal Rescue in Hibbing. Everyone, meet Ray. Ray is a pit boxer mix, and she is cute. She is 2 years old, weighs 55 pounds, and has tan, black, and white coloring. When Ray first came to the shelter, she was nearly starved to death, but now she's put some weight back on and is doing great. She has plenty of energy, loves people, and always has a smile on her face. There it is. She'll be sure to be a ray of sunshine in your life. If you'd like to set up an appointment to adopt Ray, then you can call the number on your screen. Still to come, a new COVID-19 vaccine clinic coming to Superior. How long it's expected to operate?
Mariah Haberman here from Discover Wisconsin. Join me and the rest of the crew every week on this station for all things Wisconsin. Continue the adventure on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and discoverwisconsin.com. Plus, subscribe to the Cabin Podcast, available wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts.
At Ralph Eye Care Specialists, we help your family see well. We check your child's need for glasses, and we screen for problems which are best treated early in life. We test your parents for diseases like macular degeneration and glaucoma. These often have no early symptoms, so regular eye exams are important. And we care for you, providing routine and emergency care for your lifetime. Call now to schedule an appointment at Ralph Eye Care Specialists.
We know it's hard to stay away from family and friends, but we're all in this together. Carlton County and the Senior Linkage Line are here with free or low-cost services to help you stay safe, sound, and supported. If you or someone you care for could use some help, please contact Minnesota's Senior Linkage Line today. Together, we can help older Minnesotans and their families and caregivers connect to local services to get the help they need.
The selection at Stone Countertop Outlet is the largest in the region. Thousands of slabs, hundreds of colors, and the most popular quartz brands too. See the entire collection at stonecountertopoutlet.com or call our showroom.
My part-time service in the Army National Guard makes it possible for me to be more for the community I call home. I'm a better neighbor because my service has taught me to understand how important it is to be a team player. My training helps me at work when I lead by example. My service in the Army National Guard allows me to keep my community and those I care about safe from threats. Learn more about how you too can live and serve part-time close to home by visiting NationalGuard.com.
Every second of every day, it happens. Something big, something worth talking about. News happens, and you can't wait for it. You need to be constantly digging, asking, hunting, wanting more. More truth, more real answers. More who, what, where, when, and why. And it's about you. It's about now. It's about wherever, whenever. At Live Local CBS3, it's about the news. Your neighborhood news.
Epilepsy can affect anyone with a brain.
It does not discriminate.
If you have a brain,
you can get epilepsy.
But here's something that's just as important to know.
Anyone with a brain can affect epilepsy.
So let's use our brains to do just that.
Let's change the way people think about epilepsy.
To find cures.
Because if all of us can get epilepsy,
all of us can end epilepsy.
We just need to use our brains.
Let's use our brains. Let's use our brains.
Let's use our brains to end epilepsy.
Get your news news on the go. The CBS3 mobile app.
A COVID-19 vaccine clinic is coming to Superior's Westman Arena. The arena, which is part of UWS, is located on Catlin Avenue. While Douglas County health officials say the details are still being worked out, it's expected to be operating by the end of April. No word on exactly who will be eligible to get a shot there. It is a regional partnership to serve northwestern Wisconsin. County health leaders say outside of Superior, there are no other clinics in Douglas County and very few in neighboring counties. The vice president cast the tie-breaking vote this afternoon for the Senate to officially begin consideration of the president's American Rescue Plan, but Republicans are vowing to slow down the process. Skylar Henry has more from the White House.
The vice president votes in the affirmative, and the motion to proceed is agreed to.
As the Senate prepares to vote this week on the $1.9 trillion COVID relief bill, Republicans are pushing to delay the process.
I object.
With that objection, Wisconsin Senator Ron Johnson forced a full reading of the bill on the floor.
All I'm trying to do is make this a more deliberative process. Obviously shine the light on this abusive an obscene amount of money.
Majority Leader Chuck Schumer says the Senate will stay in session for as long as it takes to get to a vote.
The time is now to move forward with big, bold, strong relief.
With weekly unemployment claims ticking up slightly last week, the Senate relief proposal is expected to maintain the House-passed $400 weekly enhanced unemployment benefits through August, though some Republicans are calling for the amount to remain at the current $300 per week. President Biden has continued his public push to get the bill passed, and he says success on the American Rescue Plan could build momentum on his other legislative priorities.
We've had a number of meetings with Republicans on the coronavirus bill.
The president and top health officials have slammed the loosening of COVID restrictions in Mississippi and Texas this week, saying now is not the time to let up. Thursday, Alabama Governor Kay Ivey announced she will maintain her state's mask requirement for only one more month.
According to the latest CDC numbers, nearly 110 million doses of the Moderna and Pfizer vaccines have been delivered. More than 54 million Americans have received at least one dose of the vaccine. We're learning a limit will be enforced for crowds at most Minnesota high school tournament games and events. The Minnesota State High School League said crowds this month and next will be limited to 250 people. The league executive director says it's hoped that one, maybe two family members of each athlete can attend. Each team will receive a limited number of tickets, and the general public cannot attend. Officials say about 45 schools will be required to hold state tournament quarterfinals in basketball and wrestling.
Coming up on the CBS Evening News, the shocking new claims by Charlotte Bennett, Governor Cuomo's former executive assistant, in our exclusive interview. That's all tonight here on the CBS Evening News.
CBS3 closed captioning is brought to you by Essentia Health. March is Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month. Ask your doctor about screening options.
Whatever your water worry, Culligan Water can help. With over 40 filtration systems, including the world's best softener, no one filters more than Culligan Water. The only water that comes with a van. Contact Culligan, the local water experts.
At Mediacom, we know the future is ours to create. That's why we built an incredibly advanced fiber-powered network. So today, when lives are being challenged more than ever, we're working harder than ever to help families move forward, businesses restart, and our communities get back on their feet. Mediacom is up for this challenge. Our network is ready. Our people are powerful, and we won't back down.
Funerals can be emotionally devastating for a family to go through. Besides the sorrow, loved ones are left with the high cost of arranging a funeral. Funeral Advantage was formed to help protect your family when they need it most. It pays your loved ones up to $20,000 immediately for funeral and any other expenses.
It's a good feeling to know that my family will be taken care of if anything happens to me.
Funerals can easily cost $9,000 or more, but government benefits pay only $255, leaving your loved ones to pay the rest.
It's so easy. Just answer a few simple health questions. This is so affordable, even for someone like me who's on a fixed income.
If you're 40 to 85, get information on how to protect your family. Funeral Advantage is something we all need. There's no risk or obligation. Call now.
Get the facts about how easy it is to protect your family. There's no risk or obligation. Don't wait. Call the number on your screen now.
Men's wardrobe provided by Mainstream Fashions for Men, celebrating 30 years in business in 2021 with 30% off store-wide, downtown Duluth.
Welcome back to the CBS3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look from Canal Park on this Thursday evening. Let's take a look back at today's top story and see what's coming up at 6. The Duluth Area Chamber of Commerce wrapped up its 24th annual Capitol Days event. For the past 2 days, leaders discussed their goals for this year's legislative session. A main talking point was broadband internet access, something Senator Tom Bach of Cook says is lacking, especially after last year's switch to distance learning. Governor Walz delivered the keynote address. And coming up tonight at 6, a bill aimed at ending systemic racism in Minnesota had its first hearing at the state capitol today. At 6, we'll learn how much money would go to the initiative if passed and what it would be used for. That's your news at 5. The CBS Evening News is next. We'll see you right back here at 6.